Hey guys, this is Tara Macklin here. I'm a wife, mom, athletic trainer, and a PCOS thriver. What I wanted to talk to you guys today about is perspective. And when it comes to ailments and just anything really in general, but in particular, ailments. And I was listening to a blog one morning. Well, not a blog, it was a podcast. And I guess you could listen to a blog if you have the right tools, but I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about perspective, and that really got me thinking about perspective when it comes to the things that we're diagnosed with. And then, of course, I just kept finding more and more things. I have a friend that's in this mastermind that I'm in, and she always talks about her perspective when she was going through cancer, about being in a positive mindset, and she really credits a lot of that to helping her get over that hurdle. I know that's easier said than done, and as someone who hasn't had cancer, I can't relate with that one 110%. But what I can relate with is getting a chronic diagnosis. So PCOS, I talk about a lot because that's a diagnosis that I have been given back when I was like 24, I think. So for many years, I didn't really respect it. I didn't take care of it. I just kind of went through the motions with it. I wasn't too worried about it. I wasn't trying to conceive. I was hoping to be able to manage my weight a lot better, but I wasn't using the cues that I was given from my PCOS to manage my weight better. So the situation, my ailment, tend to get flustered and continue to get worse, despite the things that I was being told to do, that I was being compliant with. So being able to shift my mind and being able to take more responsibility for this thing that I've been labeled with, I do now give it gratitude, because had I never been given this diagnosis and had it not gotten to the level that it had gotten for me, I never would have respected it, and I never would have made lifestyle changes. So this is where I talk about perspective and being able to love on something that many of us see as negative. If it wasn't for the PCOS, I wouldn't have dug in and looked at the foods that I was eating. I would never have gotten onto Whole30. I never would have found the foods that were inflammatory for me. And I never would have made the lifestyle changes that I've made with the food that I eat. And now I eat most of the time in a way that better serves my body. I do give myself some breaks every once in a while and enjoy life. However, again, if it wasn't for my PCOS, I wouldn't have made these changes. If it wasn't for my PCOS, I wouldn't have realized that there are a lot of products out there that can disrupt your hormones. And having a condition where my hormones were already disrupted, I didn't need the extra help. So making the switches in our home has definitely served not only my health, but I know the health of my son and my husband as well. If it wasn't for my PCOS, I probably wouldn't have taken my depression symptoms and my anxiety symptoms more seriously. Finding that there was a connection between the two, and finding that one of my medications might also be playing a role in that, led me to dig in a little bit deeper and do some more work in that area. If it wasn't for my PCOS, I wouldn't have made the lifestyle changes that I've made. And I'm going to take that a step further with you. And this is something I don't talk about a whole lot. So talking about on this platform is not going to feel super comfortable for me. So please bear with me. So at one point in time, I got a really scary phone call from the nurse. And I didn't quite understand it. And of course, she's telling me on the phone while I'm driving home from work. So bad situation, bad phone call, bad timing. We had already begun making some lifestyle switches. They weren't set in stone. We were still working on them, but we were making them. Luckily, the surgery that resulted, I was caught just in time. Had we let it fester, had we ignored it, had we not caught it sooner, it could have been something worse. But I am wholeheartedly believing that at the same time, if I hadn't started making those lifestyle changes, how much worse that could have progressed had I not started to do that. Been lucky ever since that surgery. I've not had a problem with it since, and I've had a clean bill of health from that surgery. A little later on, I have family history of colon cancer. So I do take, now that I know better, the food that I eat, I take that pretty seriously. And as well, I also do some other things to help support my colon system in try to keep it above the wellness line. So with colon cancer and watching my great-grandfather have to deal with that challenge 3 times, especially in a time where it wasn't managed very well, and watching my husband lose his grandmother over a colon cancer that she probably didn't need to lose her life over, that is, again, something I take very seriously. So when I had that colonoscopy and the doctor said, we caught some things before they went to the next level, that also really hit home. And that's something that, again, I'm very thankful for. If it wasn't for my PCOS, had I not made the lifestyle changes of eliminating the endocrine disruptors and not changing the food that I had been eating, who knows what those results would have been. And honestly, it was a test that I had done not because I wasn't feeling good. It was a test that I had done because it was colon cancer that was running in my family, which again is something that I'm thankful for, because had I not kept that something as, oh, well, this is probably another good reason for me to work on the way that I'm eating, as something in the back of my head, I also wouldn't have taken it very seriously. So the next time that you go sit down with the doctor and you're told that there's this wrong with you or that wrong with you, instead of getting frustrated by it, and instead of getting upset that you can't live life like everybody else, instead of getting upset that you can't live life like you did when you were in your 20s, or maybe you're a lot younger than that and you're getting these diagnoses early, instead of being upset by them, try to look for the light in it. I hate to sound silly about this, but try to love it. Try to embrace it. Tell it thank you. And figure out what it is that is trying to send you a message to do. Do you need to change the way you eat? Do you need to move more? Do you need to learn to manage other symptoms in a different way than you've been managing them before? I encourage you to take those things, dig deeper, find some other ways to go about it, and address the situation head on. Don't just ignore it. Don't just mask it. And don't just say, oh, well, we're all supposed to die someday anyway. These are put in your hands to grab hold of and take action and take accountability for your health. Your health is in your hands. And you, at the end of the day, are the ultimate decision maker in the outcome, not only by the things that you put in your body and the things that you put on your body, but the things that you think about your body. I encourage you. I know cancer, and there's many other things like multiple sclerosis and things like that are a lot tougher than someone like myself who has PCOS. But I really do think that I have put myself in a better health mindset because I embraced it and looked for the answers when I was ignoring it for years. That put me in a better place of health and allowed me to dodge other bullets. That may not necessarily be your story with whatever your diagnosis is, but I do encourage you to find the light in it, find the positivity in it. Tell your source, whatever your belief system is, thank you, because it is a gift at the end of the day. I know it doesn't sound like that, and I could probably make some people pretty angry by saying that this is a gift. But it is a gift to open your eyes with and make changes that help serve your body. Because again, at the end of the day, all we have to take with us is the health and what we've been able to put out there for the rest of the people to learn from us and to grow based off of our life experiences. We can't take the money with us. We can't take the success with us. There's nothing else that we can take with us. We can't take our family and our loved ones with us. They may join us one day based off of your belief system. But at the end of the day, really, all you have to give is the example and the things that you learn from. I encourage you to take this diagnosis and find a way to find the light in it and make it your own and grow from it, learn from it, and put that information out there for other people to experience and learn and grow from. That, after all, we were meant to be in community, and we were meant to share our stories with others, and we were meant to encourage each other, and we were meant to help support each other. No matter what their beliefs are at the end of the day, we can only help others with our stories based off of their stories. So I encourage you. Hopefully you found this video helpful, you found some insightfulness, and hopefully I've helped change your perspective a little bit based off of what you're feeling about your illness, your ailments, and whatever conditions in life that you're dealing with at this point in time. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to click at the top and hit subscribe. I'm going to be putting out content a couple times a week to try to help others in these types of areas. If you're needing some support, in particular, if you are a PCOS woman looking for different communities to help support you along this journey, maybe you're looking for some alternative ways to go about treating it, there is a group in the description below that you can click on the link and join that, and we'll see what I can provide and the others in the community can provide to help you along with your journey. After all, it is a community that was meant to help grow other people in alternative methods to help support their bodies. Also, if you just want to look for ways to connect, there's some of that also below, and we'll be tuning in again soon and have another video for you later on this week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.